and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 6 of Nintendo Power Hour. And today, if you've not been catching up, if you've not been up to date, I don't know the wording, today is our Nintendo Power Hour Book Club special, where we will be talking about Earthbound Beginnings for probably the majority of this podcast. There will be spoilers, there will not be Earthbound spoilers, but if you have not played Earthbound Beginnings yet, or Earthbound Zero, or Mother 1, it has many names, then it's okay. It will be at the end of the podcast. You can turn it off. That's right. You can actually stop listening to this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine. Come back next week. So joining me for the beginning of this adventure, I have the house elf himself, Aaron Dobby.
Hello, world.
Lewis is currently not with us because his job. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some people on their job apparently get taken away on corporate outings.
Yeah.
He's in one of those jobs.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. School trips are the best. Go play mini golf. So, while we are essentially waiting for Lou, we do have a rather big update, don't we, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah. For a little game called Splatoon that we are both addicted to.
You might have heard of it.
Yeah. It's about some squids and some octopus, some kids.
And
they're a
some
squid,
kids.
they're a kid, they're a squid, they're a kid.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You might have seen a commercial if you watch Nickelodeon.
Or if you just scroll through YouTube. Actually, watch that commercial because it.
Yeah, actually, yes, do. So yeah, this update, it happened about 2 hours ago, I believe. So
Yeah.
I haven't got a chance to try it yet. I don't think you have either.
No, I'm on holiday.
Yeah.
But yes, it's finally here. Can we please just say how amazing it is? You finally don't have to play with complete strangers.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about that. So one of the big things here are two modes called Squad Battle and Private Battle.
I just love how they called it Squad Battle. Can they say that?
Yeah. I think you have squad battles, right?
Squad goals.
Yes, squad goals. So how this works is, so Squad Battle lets you join up with friends and then go fight other teams of friends. So you can form a team of 4 and fight other 4-person teams, or you can join a team of 3 and fight 3-on-3. Or you can do twin squad battle, where you form a team of 2 and then you're teamed up with another team of 2, and then you fight off versus 2 more teams of 2. And it's sort of a 2 versus 2 versus 2 versus 2. So yeah, it's basically turf war, except you form half the team.
Yep.
So
isn't there one where? Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, you're probably going to ask about private battle too, where this is just basically private lobbies. You can get together with up to 7 other friends and just play in a room by yourselves. You can set the teams however you like. You can play 1 versus 4 matches if you want. You can play whatever modes or whatever stages you want. It's pretty cool.
Now, my one thing, you can do 3v1, right? His private.
No, there have to be 2 teams. Okay, sorry. What are you asking about?
See, I was sure I saw somewhere in the pre-update stuff where it said you could do 4 people versus 1 person.
Yes.
I think that's private battle. That's not squad battle, because you can't have a squad of 1. That's
right.
That lunar squad. Oh.
Yeah, squad battle keeps the numbers even. Private battle, there are no such restriction.
Oh,
Incidentally, the part of this new update has some interesting balance tweaks where if you get stuck on a three-person team versus a four-person team, as you sometimes do, your team will actually respawn quicker to attempt to balance it.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Why does nobody else do that?
I mean, I can't say that other games don't, for sure.
I guess so. I'm assuming they don't, but I've never had anybody mention it. So
Yeah.
it seems like they don't do it, but who knows? Maybe they're smarter than we give them credit for. But I think, can I just say that they're increasing the level cap?
Yes. The
Thank
level
you.
cap is increasing from 20 to 50.
Can I just
And
say, yes.
what? Yes. Yes, you may say that. In addition, the rank cap for ranked battles is going from A plus to S plus.
That I I'm not good at ranks. I'm only like B minus. Actually, no, I'm B.
Yeah,
I'm nearly a B
I
plus.
think I'm at B minus right now.
Just I sort of got frustrated because now people were quitting. Did you have that problem?
No.
Maybe it's just that you're. I don't know. Maybe it's just the people who were on when I was on. But you'd be playing a match, and then you'd see lots of X's by your team. Like, where have you gone? And they just quit. They quit because you were losing. So then you'd be on a team of 2 versus a team of 4, and you weren't squad goals because you can't do voice chat, and then they're dominating you, and you lose and you get knocked out. It was frustrating. Like, I don't. Has nobody else had this problem? Because I had it
I mean,
tons.
I've seen it happen before, but it's not a regular thing for me.
No, see, it stopped now. It was like for the first 2 weeks of rank battle, and then I left for a couple of weeks, and I came back and it was fine. So I think the annoying people who kind of gave up, or they
They
moved up
quit.
to a higher rank. But,
Uh, what else is in this update? There's a bunch of new gear, new clothing, new shoes.
mm,
Um, there are two new weapon types. Like these
ooh,
are totally new weapon classes. They're not your shooters or rollers or chargers. They are the slosher, which is
which is a
just a
bucket.
paint bucket. Yep, and you slosh paint around by throwing the bucket. And then there is the splatling class, which is a Gatling gun. It works just like a Gatling gun does. You gotta rev it up, but then it has this ridiculous rate of fire and range, though it does chew through your ink pretty fast.
Oh, that's a Gatling. Sorry, I just had to Google this to check. Oh, so the Gatling gun, for those that don't know, is basically the tourney guns. You can tell I play shooting games, can't you? It's like the little tourney guns, and oh, that's so cool.
Yep.
That's not going to be very accurate, is it?
You
I don't
actually have have a crosshair on screen that I don't think you have with the other weapons, which is kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I was being stupid. I thought it'd be the same nozzle just the same nozzle every single time, so it'd be like turning. But I realized that's stupid and
No.
it's the same. See, Splatoon guys
uh,
bringing new people to the shooting market. Ugh.
so the Urchin Underpass stage got remodeled. It's actually really different now.
So can we not play the old Urchin Underpass?
No, I think it's gone. I mean,
Mm.
the stage is generally the same, but the middle of the stage has been totally reconfigured to, I think, make it a little less campy and ridiculous in
Oh
splat
yeah.
zones.
Oh yeah, actually, that just everyone would stay at the top.
Yeah.
Like, there was that top area. Everyone would be on there, and then they'd be sniping. So this is just my whole like issue. I liked that stage. I
Hmm.
liked it because you could go in like the bit in the middle, and you could put ink up the side, and then you could be like Ninja Squid, and you could swim up and like kill the people up at the top or splat them. I just love being Ninja
I
Squid.
think that is still possible.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, that's
I
all I
think
care
the
about.
Yeah, the two choke points that go into the center area are a little more open, and I think will be harder to defend.
Mhm. Because also my one that because you can only go one side when you're like attacking, then the other way you can go multiple. You have more height. It is a cool
Yeah.
course. I like the redesign though. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this from a map. It looks cool.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Um,
Anything else?
and yeah, finally, and I'm really excited about this. There's going to be new music added
Whoop,
to the
whoop.
background music rotation, and these are going to be from other in-universe bands, like High Tide Era, I think is one. They're a piano rock group. There's a chiptune group called ABXY, which is probably an homage to YMCK.
Mhm.
Um, it's I don't know. You can find some of these songs on the Splatoon Tumblr account. They uploaded recordings of them. It's pretty catchy, and it's always good to
Mm.
have some more variety.
You know
I think
what? I think
yeah.
yeah. That I'm gutted for the Squid Sisters because you know their music is pretty special.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be able to hear more of it, I assume, on Splatfest this Saturday. Or is it Friday?
Ugh.
It's
Ooh,
later
what's
this
the
week.
Splatfest? What's the Splatfest? Like,
For America, it is, would you rather roast a marshmallow or would you rather roast a hot dog?
so both are like fake and really bad for you, but
I'm Team Hot Dog.
team hot dog. Actually, I would be team hot dog as well. Though I hate hot dogs, but I hate marshmallows more. So
Oh wow, okay. I
I'm
don't know.
sorry.
I think hot dogs might be the ideal of food. I don't know if you can actually get better than that.
Do you mean a Frankfurter?
I think
Like,
so.
yeah? Is that what you mean? It's like the pink sausage. It's like brown on the outside, and it's got a bit of pink in the middle. It's like yours. It's not an actual sausage, right? It's not a Cumberland. Do you have Cumberland
Yeah,
sausages?
you are speaking a different language right now.
You are so.
um,
I feel so sorry for you. Just. Oh,
okay, apparently a just Frankfurter is an alternate name for hot dog.
yeah, because I think it's like the German one. I want to say. Wait, I
You
can't
might
believe it. Just
like
search Cumberland sausage for a second, please.
okay,
Okay, because this
oh,
is the
we'll
best
do
sausage
that.
you will ever eat. Just look at this. And oh,
Okay, it's a little spiral sausage.
yeah, you can get them in little small sausages. They're amazing and delicious. And what sausages do you even eat if you don't eat these?
Yeah,
These are like
usually
the
like
solid sausage.
if it's not just a hot dog, I mean, I'll usually eat like a bratwurst or something like that.
A, what on earth is a bratwurst? I'm
It's,
sorry, by the way.
that's a German sausage.
Okay, that's more normal. I thought you, for a second, you just said Frankfurt. Oh, of course it would be the big sausage.
Yeah. See, we are bridging cultural divides on this podcast.
Exactly. We're talking about different kinds of sausage. No, that it's fine. Just let's go back to the slosher and the thing. How
Okay,
about the
yeah.
splushomatic? Their
Okay.
names.
It's hilarious.
Ugh. So I think that is literally everything in the Splatoon up, and I'm excited for it. It's what everyone who bought Splatoon Day 1 have been literally waiting for. Like, this has been like warm up, and now we finally have what you wanted.
Uh-huh.
We're finally not stuck playing in a lobby with just Japanese people who are way too good at this game. We can actually speak English, like, and we can talk. And I'm just so pleased because, like, if anybody who has played Splat Zones or Tower Control will know exactly what I mean, that you don't need voice chat for Turf War. I would say. But for ranked mode, I think you do. I think it would be really useful.
I'm not so sure I agree.
Like, I think you do for tower control, because you have someone who goes, follow me! And then they have huge circles everywhere. And it's like, are you trying to be Cyan stealthy? Cause
Your opponents can't see your messages.
I feel stupid.
Yeah, I was playing a match of tower control, or I was playing several matches of tower control on Monday, and I ended up being placed on a team that actually was being really proactive about using the come on and the booyah. And
There's a booyah.
yeah, actually, I think it's different for the different regions. We have
come here and like a yeah, like a well done.
So we have come on and booyah.
Oh. Do you not have a follow me?
That's what come on is.
Is that what come on means in America?
Yeah, I mean, come on, follow me.
Oh, not like come on, let's do this. Okay, we use different words for different things. No, same words for different things.
I think the Japanese actually is come on as well. I don't know what their congratulatory message is.
Oh. What do Japanese people say when they're happy?
They're like, what do other people say when they're happy? There's lots of things you can say when you're happy. You can say ureishi to say that you're happy. Bridging more cultural divides on this podcast.
Exactly. Like, why is it called Nintendo Power Hour? Why is this not called Breaking Cultures or something?
Breaking cultures.
Exactly. Destroying them one by one.
Alright, let's move on to some more Nintendo news before this gets too dark.
Yeah. Like, on a slightly dark-ish note, GameStop Amiibo.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about this. So there's a lot of confusion going around about the upcoming wave of Amiibo in America. I think there's like 7 of them. And so 3 of those Amiibo are Rob, Mr. Game & Watch, and Duck Hunt. And those 3 Amiibo are going to be offered as a 3-pack at GameStop stores. And they are doing a, quote, pre-order event on this Saturday. It's August the 8th. They're doing in-store pre-orders only. So you can't do it online. You got to walk into the store. They are apparently opening at 9 a.m. to start, which is their usual time. 1 per customer. You got to put $5 down. But there has been, and I think there continues to be, so much confusion about this event because there were so many conflicting stories going around. Like recently, everyone seemed to believe that you would either need a GameStop Pro membership to pre-order, or that they would open the doors early for Pro Rewards members only. Neither of which seems to be the case as of now.
If it is true,
but I can't say for sure.
that's pretty stressful. And for those listening for the first time who have never listened to a Nintendo podcast before, Amiibo in America, well, let's be honest, they suck. They are terrible. NOA has messed this up in the nicest way possible. They've not done a good job at all.
You're being really charitable.
I know, but there's like, have you seen the pictures in Germany of all the Amiibo?
Yeah. Yep.
So how come there are all those Amiibo in Germany, but there seem to be none in the US?
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like U.S. is the biggest market in the world for video games, so it is going to be a bigger challenge to meet demand in America. But this disparity seems kind of ridiculous.
I think it reached ridiculous a long time ago. I think actually, like within a week, and when we discovered that there was no hope of a villager, when we discovered that, like they've
I
all
mean,
been like
it's so
Marths
weird.
Resort.
I got my villager, I got my Marth, I got my Wii Fit trainer at MSRP because I pre-ordered like 6 hours after they went up. And now you want to make sure that you're there for the first 40 minutes if you want to get a good chance.
It's like literally they go up at Amazon and it's like go go go, and so there's like all the Nintendo people like on their computers like trying to like get on, and then the website crashes, and it just does not work at all. Just like, and all yours have been released around the same time, haven't they? All your like
What do
little,
you mean?
because ours have been more spread out. So
Oh yeah. We I think we have larger waves of them than you do. They're sort of coming out in larger chunks.
yeah, because we got ours in like lots of different waves. Thank you for putting up with us so far, but now we're here. Now we have got what you have all been waiting for, the Nintendo Power Hour Video Game Book Club. We are going to be discussing Earthbound Zero. We are going to be discussing all of it. There will be spoilers. Okay, so if you have not played the game, or you do not want to hear spoilers, which I don't see why you wouldn't if you haven't played the game, but you might not, then you stop listening now. It will make your life easier. We will be referencing Earthbound. I don't think we're going to spoil Earthbound. We will probably reference it quite a lot. But yeah. So, Lou, how did you find Earthbound Beginnings in general?
Wait, okay, it is called Earthbound, because you said Earthbound Zero before when you were just mentioning a bunch of things. I wanted to see that it was named the same thing between countries. Okay, it is Earthbound Beginnings. I really enjoy...
no, it's... Oh, wait, sorry, just to clarify. The ROM, which was released earlier, which you could get online, was called Earthbound Zero. That's why I'm confused.
Oh, okay.
So that was like a fan translation or something?
I think it was the real translation, which they managed to put up. I'm not entirely...
So like the actual English localization that was made a while ago was leaked or something?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the real one, but I might be wrong. But it's what everyone has been calling it. So if you're looking for stuff about Earthbound Beginnings, you should also maybe try searching Earthbound Zero. I discovered this. So
right. All right.
There's also an easy version of the game.
Yeah, I think that's a fan thing though, isn't it? Yeah.
That one is a fan thing.
That's kind of like... Did you guys ever see the Earthbound arcade cabinet?
No.
It's like a fan-made thing. They just kind of randomize the battles. It's really interesting. Like, there was a month where I was reporting on mostly just interesting arcade cabinets. Like, there was a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time arcade cabinet, which makes no sense, because no one's going to use, like, a control scheme on an arcade machine for that. Anyway.
Yeah. Who would play it in an arcade game that requires, like, 6 buttons?
Yeah. It was way more too, because it's, all the... Anyway.
I was making a joke about Street Fighter, I'm sorry.
Completely over my head. I don't do arcades. Back to the original question. How did I find Earthbound Beginnings / Mother? it was, to be short and sweet with it, good, but not as good as Earthbound, and I'm not exactly sure I would recommend it before just saying just go play Earthbound.
Okay.
I feel like I'm very much in the same boat on that. But I guess we can probably...
Okay.
Wait, no, continue, sorry.
If the person is you or me or, possibly even someone listening to this podcast, because generally if you're listening to a small websites podcast, you're a little down the rabbit hole. In that case, you're doing it for the history lesson of what is the beginning of the series, what is, where did it get its influences, how did this help shape RPGs, then it's totally a great resource of just, a nice, it's definitely a playable game. It's got its quirks and it's fun and all of that. But if I'm just recommending, like, hey, you're kind of interested in retro games, I wouldn't say start out with Earthbound Beginnings. I would say start out with Earthbound.
Mm-hmm. But one thing I would like to add to that is that, I don't know, for an NES RPG, maybe I just had this view of NES games as these really archaic things which are really confusing. But this wasn't that confusing.
Yeah,
so I think
felt the
if
same way.
Yeah. I feel like if you've played the SNES RPGs, like if you've played the Final Fantasies, you played the Earthbound, you played the Chrono Trigger, you played the Secret of Mana, all the stuff which didn't come out anywhere apart from US and Japan, then I'd say if you want a beginning, like NES RPG, Earthbound Beginnings is probably the one I would recommend. Because the original Final Fantasy is just confusing.
It is. That is very confusing.
Yeah, I think I said it a few times in the last couple episodes, but this game has been very, very good at actually signposting, like, what you need to do next. Like, I was never, like, ever confused as to what to do. Like, either I had already been told or things had already been hinted at, or there was just a new place on the map I could get to, and when I went there, I figured out what was going on.
Right.
My one thing, though, with not knowing what to do, is did anybody else have difficulty finding the melodies?
No?
Did nobody else? Is it just I'm stupid?
It might just be that, like, I kind of, like, obsessively check everything that I feel can be checked.
That's probably... I'm in that same camp too. I'm one of those people who always, before any kind of level, looks what's behind them. I check every nook and cranny.
Yeah, because, like, one of the melodies was found, like, inside the wrecked remains of that robot that follows you around on Mount Itoy. Like, and I just checked it because I bet I'll get some unique message if I check this. I really wasn't expecting to find one of the melodies there, but I did. So, I mean, I think I can understand some players who aren't as compulsive as I am might have some trouble.
Right. I think one of...
It's not like I explored everywhere. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, yeah, mine is completely off topic. I was going to say I think one of the biggest travesties with this series is they dropped the name. I think Mother fits the series so well. And, like, not that, Earthbound's bad. It's just, I think, and it was clearly done to sell. Sell copies. No one's going to go into a store in the 80s, 90s in America with, all these Contras and guns blazing games and go and buy a game called Mother. But I think artistically that's just a name that fits the series based off the plot, based off of even, Earthbound itself, Mother 2. That one, you're calling home all the time. I don't know. I think that I not that I would have liked the game any more or less, just I think it was an interesting choice, and I think not one for the better.
I think that if I'm honest with this game, because it was never released at all, they're probably trying to bundle it with Earthbound. And so I think they just put Earthbound Beginnings prequel. And so I don't know how they did it on the American shop, but what they did with the UK one is they put like a little section and it was like Earthbound Beginnings, and they sort of put them together. They're like the same price as well. So it's
Right.
like a little section which has got Earthbound Beginnings and Earthbound, like trying to be like, hey, you like this game? Because loads of people did buy Earthbound. Why don't you try this one? Same title, same series.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people who have played Earthbound and have enjoyed it might not know it's called Mother.
Right.
I don't think it would have been that much of a significant change. And I think Mother...
I'm sure sales-wise, yeah. Like, I'm sure in the mindset of other people, I don't know. I'm just a purist in that sense. And I think that I like thinking of... Because I think this game is so unique and so original in a lot of its premises and a lot of its weird thing. Like, how often do you interact with your family in, like, any other game? Ever?
You get your allowance from your mom in Chrono Trigger.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Maybe it's just like a time period thing.
Get your Pokemon healed by your mother in Pokemon.
You have to go back and like they don't ever encourage you to go back and visit her.
Yeah.
I bet she's always secretly annoyed that you're there, like she's having a fling with Professor Oak and doesn't want you to know. That works across every game too. Professor Oak's just like a swinger. He's not even like
Professor Oak is going out with every video game protagonist's mom.
Yeah, like he's not even in the town. It's just he rolls by, gets everyone in the town, and just leaves.
Okay.
That 50-year-old guy has game in them.
He is a suave-looking 50-year-old.
Yeah. I guess.
I'm glad you have an opinion on that.
I'm just saying.
Funny story, the guys that make Earthbound, I believe it's Creatures. No, it's not Creatures, it's Ape. Actually became the guys that make Pokemon. Fun story. Fun little fact. So, I was wondering, guys, what would you say was your favourite moment in the game? Sorry, putting you on the spot. Like, is there a moment which stands out? That pretty much, when you think of Earthbound, it's the one you're going to think of. Doesn't have to be good, doesn't have to be bad, but like...
Let me go second.
Al, do you have an answer prepared for this, Lucy?
See, I do. I feel quite bad. I should have actually warned you. I will warn you next time we do this. But my favourite moment was... It's on Mount Etoy, I believe. It's when you've had Teddy for a while, so Teddy's like kicked out Lloyd, and all throughout the game, everyone's like, Lloyd, the wimpy kid. He's always like referenced as this like scaredy cat, and then wait. So there you are. You're on Mount Etoy, and then isn't it Teddy gets injured? I want to say.
So what happened was your party was like ambushed by this big robot.
Yeah.
And I mean there's nothing you can do in this fight. It's scripted, you're going to lose. And then what happens was Lloyd comes in, interrupts the fight with like the big tank that you were riding around in the desert, and then shoots the robot but misses and hits your party instead. But the explosion takes out the robot anyway.
And then you lose Teddy, which is actually quite sad because he was the boss.
Actually a lot more useful than Lloyd ever was.
He was so much more useful, but I think, and then like he kind of gets kicked down, and Lloyd comes back like, it's my turn. I'm gonna be the hero. And I'm like, oh,
yeah.
And it was such. I don't know. Maybe I always liked Lloyd because he was like the underdog, and he was like everyone was like, oh, he's not that good. He's kind of useless. But I thought that was a really cool moment, especially with like you're like, oh no, we're losing. Is this scripted? Is it not? And then the tank comes in, and I just thought it was a cool thing. Like lots of crazy stuff happens at the end. Where it's like, oh, this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens. It's like it's always changing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, no, this is a tough question. It's all kind of the whole game is very odd, and everything stands out in a weird way. I really enjoyed when, speaking of Teddy, when you first get him to join the group, like just being, I think, I think it's pretty funny just getting, harassed at a local karaoke bar, like just the premise of that as a way to get a character on, onto your team by like some local gang. And if I'm being honest, I didn't get all the way to the ending, but I got decently far.
Oh.
Okay, so I do have an answer for this now. This is like one of the things that happened where I like had to just like put down the controller for a second because I was laughing so hard that the game actually did this. But it was actually in that same karaoke bar. There's this woman sitting at a table you can talk to, and you talk to her, and she asks if she can buy you a drink. I think like, okay, well, this is really weird because I'm like this kid. So I say yes.
Drink is.
Yeah, you don't know what the drink. I don't know what the drink is, but they're in a bar, so. And you like had to like get an ID to get past the bouncer, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a ticket, but I think it was clearly supposed to be an ID. But you say yes, and she buys you a drink, and then a police officer walks into the club and goes up to your table and says, "Hey, you're underage. You shouldn't be here." And he like drags you out, and you have to walk all around the town, all the way back to the police station, and you get thrown in jail for a night. And this counts as an in stay because the in music plays, and your life is healed, which I was laughing about. And then it's like then the police officer lets you out the next morning, and he's like, "All right, I hope you've learned your lesson. Also, we're confiscating all your weapons." And you just loot all your weapons.
Grand Theft Auto rules.
It's like I like wasn't expecting this elaborate string of events to happen, like just as a result of the one choice in a text box. Like in a game where none of those other options have actually mattered at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the game was really ahead of its time with a lot of things, just even story-wise. Like, this isn't stuff you'd see until, I think, later point-and-click adventures on the PC.
Yeah, I think any game in the Mother series, the story... I think the story, for the most part, is probably why you're going to play these games.
Yeah.
Because, to be completely blunt and honest, Earthbound Beginnings, like, gameplay, for the most part, like, its battle system, I would not say is... It's very much inspired by... I think it's Dragon Quest, I want to say. By the Dragon Quest front-on battle system.
Well, I mean,
it's
like first-person front-on battles had been around for a while before Dragon Quest was a thing.
That's the first game I played of it. I don't know who started it. But yeah. No, like front-on battle, it's not original. It's like Earthbound with like the spinny wheel, which at least was new. But the story is actually really good for an NES game. I can't believe I'm saying this. An NES game has good story. I did not think it was possible.
I have a growing appreciation for NES games. I think really the only NES games I remember were the original black box games.
Right.
And those were like the 13 kind of original games when the NES launched. So, thinking Balloon Fight, thinking
Super Mario Brothers. I think like NES Golf.
Not even like the actual Mario, the really bad. Well, I think it's bad, but like the one with the 3 tiers and the
Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, Super Mario Brothers was a black box game too.
Was it? Oh yeah, I didn't know what it was. But for instance, it's with the Rare Replay that just came out. They included Battletoads, which is the running joke of the internet. But Battletoads is actually incredibly fun and I think ahead of its time for an NES game. And I think I'm just now realizing the depth of NES titles because I started off on the Super Nintendo and I just assumed everything kind of got better from that point.
I don't know. I was going to talk some more about the battle system and mechanics. So I really think it's weird. It reminded me a lot of the Megami Tensei series, like just in how combat sort of flowed. Because in this was like a game where enemy attacks were strong. Like I feel like in a lot of Final Fantasies and games that spun off from there, enemy attacks weren't quite that bad. Like you wouldn't regularly expect to be hit for 3/4 of a character's life in one hit by a normal enemy. But that was happening a lot in this game.
Right.
So what that meant was that being able to anticipate when you wanted to heal a character, even when they weren't particularly hurting when you issued the command, but that was really important. Buffs were really important, which I always like to see in an RPG because, again, in Final Fantasy or other modern RPGs, buffs are usually a waste of a turn, especially in normal battles, because it's often the case where you're much better off just trying to attack an enemy over and over again to get it out of the picture as soon as possible. But in this game, again, because the enemies were so strong, it actually mattered a lot to know when you're going to be in a fight long enough that a buff is worth it.
Right.
So I think I actually really liked this a lot more than most older RPGs, just sort of because of that. I felt like I was actually had to think a little and be challenged to get through some of the fights, which I appreciate. I always used to, like when I was a kid, I never really liked JRPGs that much because I had kind of assumed that they were all like as imbalanced as, say, Super Mario RPG was, where pretty much the only command that mattered was attack after you got halfway through the game.
Yeah.
But I am finding more and more that I was wrong.
See, now the boss I think of with that at least is the dragon, because I think I fought the dragon a bit too early, but I fought the dragon. I think I fought it after I'd visited like Spokane and gone through the manor, and so just after I'd been through the desert, I went and I'd been to Youngtown. I went back to Magicant and fought the dragon, which may not have been the smartest decision, because I think I was a bit underleveled, and so I actually I was like. And then, you know how you have all these, psi blocks and all these psi You have the psi block, and then you have the attack up, the speed up.
Mhm.
And I never use them, and when you finish a battle, it's like, learnt a new psi move through battle.
Yeah.
And like, if it's not like ice, beta, or fire, theta, or life up, you don't really pay that much attention to it. You don't use it on like a regular basis. But then in that battle, I really appreciated all the little buffs. Because it let me beat Dragon at like level 28, 29. Which I was quite proud of.
Psyblock is, I think, one of the most useful commands in the game.
Yeah.
Like, you can
Especially
just shut down some enemies with that, and I don't think it ever wears off.
No. And then you just magnet them, and then you like refill all your psi. I just love it when you've played a game like long enough to know how to, in a way, abuse the systems, so you can like improve more easily.
Yeah, that's always really rewarding for me too. I think that's why I'm one of those people that liked Final Fantasy X a whole lot, because that game was very, very breakable if you knew what you were doing.
Right. Now I'm not sure. I really haven't went into the history of games that came before Mother, but this game had the autopilot battles, right? The auto option.
Right.
Was that the first one to do that? Because it's somewhat commonplace now in turn-based RPGs, but I can't remember if.
Yeah, this is certainly the earliest example that I know of. I'm not sure if it invented it or not.
The only one that I would think that might have come before it is a Dragon Quest game, but I can't even remember if they have that feature in a Dragon Quest game.
Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm Googling. I'm not pretending to know. Like, I will openly Google and go on Wikipedia. Because at the end of the day, I know nothing. See, I searched Mother and Auto and something came up on Wikipedia. So it might be.
Yeah, so just in case listeners don't know exactly what we're talking about, in Earthbound Beginnings, there is a command on the battle screen called Auto, and what that will do is that will just automatically tell all your characters to attack until either you press B or the battle ends, which is just a way to sort of speed up random encounters when you're strong enough that they're not a threat anymore.
Mm-hmm. I don't really use it, but I mean it is useful, and I know that people who don't like to micromanage like me.
I mean, I used it a lot, but when I used it was primarily just because I knew these enemies were within range of being finished off in a turn. So I just used it as a shorthand for when I knew I was going to say attack, attack, attack anyway. Or when I knew that one attack from a Nin 10 would be enough to take it out, because then it doesn't really matter what I tell the others to do.
Yeah. I've never used Auto for the pure reason that I'm I think scared is probably the word. I'm really scared that it's not going to be attack, or that Auto is going to be something completely different, which is complete BS because it's going to be attack.
Yeah, it's always attack.
I don't like that. I like the feeling of being in control in an RPG and like pressing the buttons like yes. And then if I mess up, I know it's my fault, not the auto. Because, if you set to attack an enemy and then the enemy gets defeated, then your attack doesn't count. You should have put your attack to, when you fight a line of enemies.
Yeah.
And if you have.
Yeah, see, the idea is that you would use that when you're strong enough that it's not really a big deal if that happens.
So, we've played this, we've played Have we all played Earthbound?
I have not.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind then.
Yeah, this is my first engagement of the series that didn't involve Smash Brothers.
Now, will you try Earthbound after this?
I think I will. I'm not really itching to try it like right away. I think somewhere down the line, when I've got nothing better to do, I would say, and I realize I probably offended a bunch of people by
There is a very rabid fan base for Earthbound,
Yeah.
so you probably did.
It's fine though. I don't think starting Earthbound is the best idea when we're like a month away from autumn, where all the games come out. Or sorry, fall, whatever you guys call it.
Do you know
'Cause-
what's a great time to do it? And this is probably more aimed at you, Lucy.
Mhm.
When you head over to uni, which is from what I believe they call college over at.
Yeah, it's uni.
All right.
Or it's university, but everyone calls it uni.
Yes. So when do you have your first year there? Like, how far away are you from that?
Oof. I have 3 more years.
Okay.
I have 1 more year of secondary school. Then I have 2 of sixth form, which
Okay.
is this
Or
weird thing.
At
in
any
between.
point during this, do you not live with your family?
No, I live with my family.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
honest.
So
Yeah.
I think the best time to play it, I think it hits home the most. I played it in college, and I think, after playing it, I basically called home almost like every day because I got guilt tripped by the game for doing it. And it really is kind of an adventure of like you just going out into the world, and as much as you could connect to a game where you're fighting dogs and hippies and snakes and stuff, like I think that's really the prime time in your life to actually sit there and respond to the game.
hmm No, yeah, I know what you mean. I'm not going to spoil this for you, Aaron, so don't worry. But to me, Earthbound is very much it's so superior to the original Mother or Earthbound Beginnings. It's like the story and the themes, and like I cried in the game. It's like the one game that's made me cry, like Earthbound. Maybe because I relate, because I'm still technically a child, and like the whole growing up thing. But like it's just the themes in that game are so special, and the story is unique. And while there are elements from Earthbound Beginnings in it, it is very much its own beast. And it's just all the little developments which they make in it, like how Ness, when he, like at the beginning, he's called a boy, or when he leaves, when he comes back, he's very much like a man, he's grown up. Like the fact that whenever you defeat an enemy, it's never called killed, it's always called something weird as stopped moving. The way that the characters in the game throughout progress in the way that they dress to show like how they themselves are growing up and how they are becoming more adult and more, I guess, more worldly compared to like their childhood innocence. It's just this amazing game, and I love it so much. And I feel like Earthbound Beginnings can never really live up to that, even though it came before, but I guess it's the game we all played first. But I still think for what it is on the NES, it's still a really special game.
It is.
Yeah. Like, it has the hippie music, so that's like a plus 10 from me. But, because that music, I'm sorry, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that so much. Like, when I heard it again with the car and the van, when you fight them, I was literally so happy. I was like, yes, they used it again. So good. I need to. Can you make that your ringtone? Because I really need to make it mine.
Well, if you
It's
can
just
find
so
an
good.
audio file of it, yeah.
But no, Earthbound. I think that's just a general consensus from me and Lou. Earthbound Beginnings is this good game, and it's a special game in its own right, but it's not as good as Earthbound. And that's why, I think you should probably take a break though between playing them.
You should
So then,
definitely. They're overwhelming.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, it
But
was weird. Like, it's definitely one of, I think, the sort of the heaviest and largest NES games that I've ever played. You can really tell that this one came along pretty late in the NES life cycle.
yep, it was released in 1989 in Japan. Oh no, yeah, it was released in 1989 in Japan,
Uh-huh.
which is very late because if you think about how long it took to localize NES games back in the day.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is a good way to, I think, start off the book club. Have you
Yeah,
already
I agree.
announced what's happening with month 2? Did we get that out there?
We
Yeah.
have not yet.
Well, Aaron,
Yeah,
it's your choice.
Right. So for month 2, we're going to be playing a game that is really close to my heart. That is Wario Land 3 on the Game Boy Color. So this is a platformer. If you've played any of the other Wario Land games, this is not really anything like that. I feel like you could say that about any of the Wario Land games. They're not really anything like each other at all. Um, in comparison to all the other ones, this is more of a Metroidvania-ish title. So you're on a world map, and there are individual levels, but each level has 4 objectives. There are 4 treasures to find, and you're not going to be able to get all of them the first time you get to a level. Instead, you have to go to other levels and find either treasures that power Wario up or treasures that affect the whole world in some way. And I think the most interesting part about it is that Wario is completely invincible and cannot die.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, often you'll want to be hit by certain enemies because they will confer certain status ailments that you can actually work to your advantage. It's a really unique game. I can't really think of anything that's quite like it. I know some people find it really sort of overwhelming, but I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think of it. So this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
I am excited. I have not played any Wario Land games. This is just gonna generally be what happens in the book club. I have not played this game. I have not played this game. I have not played this game. But see, the only thing, one, I didn't even know Wario Land existed until like a year ago, where I read a feature about Wario Land 4 on the Game Boy Advance, I want to say.
Right.
So, but then you said none of them are alike, so the small bit I knew apparently might not matter. I just know you go backwards and forwards in levels, but maybe that's just number 4. I will find out. Also, fun little fact, I almost bought Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land by mistake.
Yeah, that's a different game.
Yeah, we are not playing that one.
Right.
I saw a 3
that
and
game was a lot more like Super Mario Land 2 than any of the later Wario Land games.
Yeah. I feel like Wario Land has been somewhat ditched by Nintendo because
Yeah, the last game in the Wario Land series was Wario Land Shake It on the Wii.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it was Wario World, but you're right.
Nope.
Okay. I think Wario's going to make a comeback, and I say this based off of no knowledge of anything. And it's really just because I have a great idea with Wario, and I'm hoping that Nintendo can somehow read my mind and turn it into a game. But I think that Wario and Waluigi should have a Grand Theft Auto style game based in the Mushroom Kingdom. Just with all the cartoony comicness of a Mario game, but just like Grand Theft Auto style with these two absurd villains. And that's my plan.
I think you could set that in the WarioWare universe, and I think it could work really well.
That too, yeah. I mean,
because that's a very urban environment.
If Syrup's not there, it's not a real Wario game.
Well, Syrup isn't in this game.
I know.
It's not, she is not in Wario Land 3.
Then it's certainly not a real Wario game. Fake Wario game.
Okay, who is Syrup?
That is Captain Syrup, who is Wario's antagonist for, I think, 3 out of the 5 Wario Land games.
Oh, I see her. She's a pirate.
Yep.
She's kind of Shanti. A little bit Shanti.
I kind of Googled it up, and I now have a fan art of a really fat person. I'm assuming. Everything else is not, so I'm assuming that's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
she is not really fat.
No. Oh. Yeah.
Wario is really fat.
Wario is the anti-Mario.
Mario is also pretty plump.
But he's plump, but he's not fat. Right,
but that's probably on account of Wario literally can eat anything that comes into a field in Smash Bros. He will eat the giant hammer that is far larger than he is.
Wario will eat pieces of his destroyed bicycle. He will eat the whole bicycle.
He will eat the whole bicycle. Which is still, I guess, better than what Yoshi does. That's just disturbing. Alright. I think we might have exhausted this.
Yeah.
I feel like we might have. I think when you start talking about someone ingesting everything, kind of reach the bottom of the rabbit hole. Well, thank you so much for listening to episode 6 of Nintendo Power Hour. Yep. I'm sorry we sort of missed last week. That was my fault. I messed up. And then we weren't able to meet again. But we have the book club out now. We will be returning with Wario Land next week.
Yep.
Which would be cool. Remember middleofnowheregaming.com. Literally everything is in the description. Literally just click down there. They're all linked. They're all like little bit.ly links as well, so they're nice and cute. And remember, if you have any questions, send them to nintendopowerhour@gmail.com, all spelled out, as you would imagine it. And I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but Lou, do you have anything you would like to tell people?
Oh my god. Yes, I have so many plugs. I'll just do one though. So, of course, Courtney and I pulled a Colin and Greg and left and started our own non-competing site. We only do video content, which, Mong really doesn't tip into as much. But we are doing a program, Geeks by Night. Right now we're having an awesome giveaway. So if you guys want to win any game from last generation or this generation, already released or upcoming, make sure you just check us out on Facebook or Twitter. You could just look up Geeks by Night on Facebook, or if you're on Twitter, it's @NightlyGeeks, and we do nightly Twitch streams and all that fun stuff. And thank you for letting me plug, because I wasn't going to ask.
Oh, it's fine. Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Please, can somebody listen to their podcast theme tune, because it is amazing.
My what?
The theme tune for the podcast.
Oh yes, I love it. We're making an animated video to it.
Are you actually? I actually cannot wait. Just please listen to the intro, because it's actually so cool, and I love it so much.
I have it on repeat. But yeah, we're making this is a spoiler for anyone, I guess. It's going to be like an 8-bit style, and it's going to show us jumping into action with other video game characters, and we have this whole thing planned out. Also, if you guys, because we're not any longer part of the same team, if you guys want to go and try to win a free game, you can completely do that.
Well then,
Nothing's stopping you.
Can it be any game I effing
Is it
want?
international?
Yes, because we pay for it. So, yes. So yeah, I mean, it's the contest is literally called the Any Fucking Game You Want giveaway. So, as long as it's from this generation and last generation, and you're not trying to make us buy you Earthbound newest box, Super Nintendo, we will work something out and get you the game that you are looking forward to.
Oh, is it international? That's my one question.
Yes, it is international.
Can I enter?
Yes, it is international. Yes, you can enter.
You will ship to my tiny rock.
Right.
You will ship to the rock. Okay. Well,
Jersey to Jersey. I'm pretty sure there's Mail Express for that.
I have a feeling there isn't, because like the most linked thing the UK has is a tunnel to France, and even that's getting blocked up now. Well, not blocked. It's getting fenced because it's being abused by migrants. Yeah, this is what happens in Europe.
I mean, we get it. We have fences too.
Yeah, I can just imagine. Like, I don't know, 2 states which. Okay, North Dakota and South Dakota. That's the only 2 states I know. They are next to each other, right?
Well, I wasn't speaking state migrants. I was thinking like other country
Mexico.
Migrants. Yes,
Just like a little. Huge
I was
fence.
thinking those dirty Canadians like Ryan Amaro.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah. Trying to come down here, steal our freedom. And our bald eagles.
I don't know.
American pie.
I thought I could slip in and nobody would notice. Like, I thought everyone would be too obsessed with trying to deport Justin Bieber and Celine Dion.
What? No Kim Kardashian?
We can't really deport her.
Can't you? Ugh.
I think in order to do the whole deporting thing, I think they have to have been born outside the country.
Ugh. And she's all American.
Yes, otherwise it's just expulsion, I guess. And I don't know if is that legal? Can you do that? Oh wait,
are we
yes,
allowed
to
exile Kim Kardashian?
No, you definitely can. Well, there's a word for that.
Banish?
No. Well, yes, but no. It would be the opposite of extradite. I'm gonna look this up, but we are so far off topic. It's incredible.
Yeah. Okay, let's wrap this up. Okay,
Exile.
so you can
Got it.
exile.
Okay.
Got it. So you can find Lou at.
Lou Cantaldi.
You can find Aaron
At Arcrush.
and you can find me at Blue Fox 2000, the letters, not the numbers. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next week. Monk.
Mong.
Mong.